Ghana for etiefo eni obi biara aha Ghanatube so modofo snowy eni ebuzian for matena say maji akonye ide no mehu se an ensem no edos ye pa eno ena mede boy say wonsom no eno eni nipa ebuzian for entempa no di mechie na nsem bia ewo ho ana say bia ekoso ewo manga nim no se memfa ensom di mechi.
Your Excellency, we're here to make a presentation to you, but also we're just hoping that this is a conversation. We want to build this with you. I know that you have been very focused and briefed on the creative opportunity and creative sector. And, by way of working with you on Beast of No Nation those many moons ago, we are still very dedicated and focused on bolstering creative sector of Ghana. We had a very fantastic opportunity to locate this land opportunity near Osu to bring what we believe is a very important component of the creative build, is to build the facilities, to have schools, to have a precinct where you can point and say this is where the home of the creative center can be positioned around. And we have done some critical thinking about how we can do that, but it is centered around the schooling and essentially the facilities to create employment, to create a workforce and educate Ghanaian creatives. The castle for us remains at the center point of the focus. So this is the castle area and this is the 22.
With the old castle, we can't change it too much because it's a UNESCO heritage site. And so we can just, restore it, to what it should be. It's been abandoned for quite a while. There was a credentials hall and all that. And then there's the room where Prof and Rawlings used to stay and all that. It'll be interesting for, tourists to be able to see those. Yeah, those places, the Queen's Bedroom and all that. We're also planning a crafts market where people could buy African craft, and then also a gold souk. Ghana was known as a gold coast, and we produce a lot of gold. And we have Ghanaian jewelers and others, and so we're looking for a place where we could promote Ghanaian and African jewelry. And so if we can incorporate all that in here.
I've been working for 30 years and I'm at a junction now that I can perhaps bring work to where I am, where I want. So in this instance, to be able to bring international work and films that I'm in into our own facility in Ghana, it is important that we are competitively forward-facing when it comes to our policy. So everything from how cameras and things, custom relations, to taxation on certain products, to local labor laws, all of those things are very important to be able to demonstrate. When I say to Apple, I want to shoot in Ghana, they have no reason to say no because most shoots are inside a studio, you don't even know where you are. So if I want to shoot a film that is set in America but in Ghana, it is important that I have a very robust policy and partnership with government to demonstrate that everything is good here. Everything from the insurance of our production to the local labor laws to everything that they need to make that decision.
Just a final one. We need to do some urban planning around here. Yeah, because the traffic is going to bring into that district. You need an urban engineer to make sure that you don't have a gridlock in the area. You need to look at parking, because it looks like it's all built up in green space. There must be enough parking space, either a multi-story car park or something, and then maybe a one-way system that brings people right down by the Independence Square and then come in somehow, and then going out, they take the other way out.
Manchester's Palace, where Hollywood actor Idris Elba paid a courtesy call.
Oh, that's big.
On the Ghana. We have all the details for you here. Hollywood actor Idris Elba on Tuesday paid a courtesy call on His Royal Majesty Ni Taki Teko Churu II. His mission is to inform the king about his plans of building a world-class film studio in Ghana and sought for his blessings. According to Idris Elba, sharing the indigenous African stories with the world through film is a vision he's passionate about.
Yeah, I feel very privileged. I'm very lucky today. I know I did my family and my mom, who is Garth, proud. And it's very important to get the blessing from the chief for the work that we want to do, so that we can tell our stories, not just as the Ga tradition, but Ghanaian tradition and also African tradition. So I feel very good, very lucky.
And also getting the endorsement from the king about the studio that you really wanted to build here within 10 years. How does that feel, getting that endorsement?
You know, we and my team have been working on this for over 4 or 5 years with the previous government, with the new government. And now we look like we're getting really close to get the endorsement from both the head of state and the chief today is significant. So I feel good, I feel optimistic. There's still a lot of work to do. This project will take 5 years to build, but it's going to restore the Osu Castle. It's going to build around the land near Osu, studios, a school, a huge community engagement with shopping and walks, and really show what Ghana has to offer, what Accra has to offer.
What kind of stories are we looking at telling? Is it just the Ghana stories, or we're expanding it?
We're going to expand on every story. African stories, Ga stories, Ashanti stories, Ghanaian stories, Sierra Leone stories. This is a studio for all, and I want it to be an international studio. Of course, we are definitely wanting to focus on the local stories as well. That's important. There's a huge youth population in Ghana that have lots of stories, not just in filmmaking, but in the arts, in music. And so this environment that I'm trying to build with my team is to encourage all to come. But it's going to be, you know, for everybody.
And for the musicians, because I know that you have a background of DJing, and so are we going to see you bringing, you know, some musicians or DJing into this one?
Listen, you know me now, I love to teach. But we're hoping to have a multi-purpose environment. So music, live music, DJing, you name it. But like I said, the hard work begins now. Now that we have the blessing from the chief, now that I have the blessing from the president, we can go.
As the son of the soil, the king and his kingsmen welcomed the son and pledged their support for his vision and prayed for a smooth sailing.
There are so many people in this room, in Ghana, and in the world at large. And I think that you have become a monument of praise to all of us. This day, we applaud you and say, Obake, it means that we welcome you to our midst. The Ghana state will support the studio.
Some industry players who were present at the event shared with Joy News what this partnership means to the sector.
You know, as a country and as a movie industry, and for someone who has had the opportunity to go outside and learn more and represent Ghana on one of the most coveted platforms in the world, Hollywood, I would say that we are blessed. I would say that the industry is going places. You know, I said earlier on, I borrowed from one of my favorite books, because the story of the prodigal son tells us that the power within us is not out there. The power within us is actually at home, is within. And sometimes when you look within, that's where you find the answers. For me, who went out And yes, I've been on Hollywood sets, I've been pushing, but the fact that I had to come all the way back home, your friend is Sankofa, for me to actually be in the same space and now be planning projects and planning a future where it involves not only my people, but the entire Ghana, the entire world. It shows growth, it shows promise for the Ghanaian movie industry. The studio that we have been talking about is something that I believe we need. It will provide jobs, it will provide experience, and we will use that experience to tell our stories even better.
Yo, for Yako Abba, would say in some no essay, or there, and I say, I know their day, and what didn't for our didn't a wookie me, a comment section or Naminja Bray and Kinkai Emma Fefe, aha, a Ghanatube, so I was young for society, my crowd.